Hi there, Jamie Cunningham here. Going to talk to you about when you know, or how to know when it's the right time to make a hire. So let's say your business is growing and everyone's getting busier and busier and you realise you need more people. And obviously this happens and we always have to hire people. Sometimes it's hard to know though whether we actually need someone or whether we just need to run more efficiently, and how do we know if we can afford the right person. It might be a senior position you're ready to hire for, a hat that you're ready to take off, and you need to put someone else in that place. So there's a numbers side to it for sure, which we'll get into. But the other thing to think about is, before you look at throwing more people at the problem, is looking at what are our systems or our workflow that we might be able to tweak or fine tune to make us more efficient before we make a hire. Now, that's not to say that there's always ways to be more efficient. Sometimes you just need to make a hire. But it helps to sit back and look, and it always comes back to the 80-20 principle. When we can look at the things we do, it's the 20% of things that takes 80% of our time. And you can break that down per task or per role for the different hats that you wear. So that'd be my first step, is take a look at, okay, what are the things that are actually taking most of my time? And can I delegate some of that to people who I already have on the team? Or, whether it's yourself or for a key person on the team whose time you're looking to free up. Or can we have better systems and processes that can allow us to do more with less? And in the area of cloud computing and different apps and software, there's lots of potential here. I did a good interview with Clayton Oates that covers a lot of that topic. So if you want to reference that, just Google Jamie Cunningham and Clayton Oates and it should pop up. But let's say you look at all that and you think, okay, we're running pretty efficiently, there's not a lot more we can do there. Then it's just looking at the numbers side. And a real simple rule, without going into a lot of detail analysis, is can we afford 60% of this person's salary? The person we're going to have to hire, can we afford to pay them 60% of what they're going to have to be paid? And you've got to assume they're going to bring the other 40% in terms of efficiency and capacity they're going to bring to the organisation. And this becomes a very easy solution when you're simply looking to free up one of your existing team's time by making it a hire, because in theory the systems, the processes and should already be in place. You've just got to hire some of the right skills, take that workload off the person. Then in theory that person is going to be able to spend their time doing higher value activities, and the new hire is going to be doing the lower value activities. But let's say you're hiring a position like a sales leader, right? Right now, say you're the owner and you're doing the major selling, you're running the sales team, and you want to hire someone else to do that. How do you know if you can afford that person? It does come back to the 60% rule, right? Can you afford 60% of their salary? But in a senior role like that, you've also got to understand there's going to be a burn rate of you having to pay them before they're going to produce at a high level. And that time frame is going to depend on the business, it's going to depend on the role, and it's going to depend on the amount of infrastructure and systems you have in place. Let's say you're a company that's growing in sales and you're doing the sales, you have to hire a sales leader, but you've got no infrastructure in place, you've got no recruiting systems, no CRM in place, and you need to hire someone to do all that for you. Well, it's going to take them a while to put that stuff in place, to be able to then hire and recruit people to generate sales. So there's going to be significant investments. You might factor in 3 to 6 months of potential overhead to get all that stuff in place. And that's going to vary from company to company. But that's the way you want to look at it, and then you simply put that in your cash flow forecast to see how that's going to look. And it's always a bit of a guess. At the end of the day, sometimes you just have to jump and say, we need to have that position because I'm not doing it. For the company to grow, we absolutely need it, so let's make it happen. Always plan it out in your cash flow so you know where you stand, you've got the right safety nets in place. But that's about it. Number one, get more efficient. Number two, if you can afford 60% of their salary, bring them on board. And number three, allocate and allow for any ramp-up periods and covering their overhead until they are productive. Hope that helps you out, and we'll speak to you next time.